Right, welcome back to the channel. So I've got a special guest with me today. Local lad, really excited to be working with him today. Young Jaden Billingham, under 18 world champion, world junior champion, Ultimate Pool Challenger Series winner, host of under 18 titles, Europeans, teams, everything else. So super keen to have a hit with him today. We're going to go through a few different things. We're going to do the tough table challenge. We're going to do the straight pool challenge where you can win £150 voucher to spend at Sam Leisure. Everybody's going to have a go. The highest score inevitably will win the prize. Jaden's first up today. Like I said, local lad, followed his career from when he's been sort of 7 or 8 years of age. It's great to see somebody local doing so well. So we're going to hit some balls around, have a little bit of a chat. He's going to show me how it's done. And I hope you enjoy today's video. So Jaden, welcome to the channel, mate. Really nice to see you.
Thank you.
So no pressure. We're just going to hit a few balls around and just have a little chat, and I might shark you a little bit if it looks like you're beating me too much. So give him a whack, mate, and we'll just talk along.
Decent.
Well, I think I'm in some trouble today. So just for the viewers at home, like you get the situation, it's first frame. Obviously, you just kind of. So you've potted like 3 reds here, 1 yellow. I would imagine that you would kind of rather be yellows,
yeah.
Would you? Maybe have a chance at this. And just for those at home, just to help them out a little bit, so it's not just me speaking. But why do you see the yellows here, like kind of?
Well, one, if you give reds, you got a first tough one, and you got a bad ball here. I think yellows, as long as you make your first pot here, then you're in control of the table. And
would the idea be the fact that there's yellows here that you can sort the black out with, the 8 ball, whereas kind of there's more options on the yellows to deal with the issues, whereas reds you kind of.
The reds are a bit more suicidal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I think from a perspective there, it's kind of if you go the reds. You can't, if you don't get out, you're kind of doing the game, aren't you? Whereas yellows, you can kind of at any moment bail a little bit.
Yeah, you can always
bail out and say, I've had enough. Right, so let's up against the camera because we can't have everything your own way. So we've got to want to see you crack this in. Are you going to be moving this, or are you going to top it? What we're doing?
I think I'll be stunning on and off.
Right, okay. So you wouldn't top past the red here. You want to be stunning this and.
Don't think I can get through.
Would you have half an eye of potentially coming over and disturbing it, or you're not interested in disturbing it?
Oh, I'd rather have it up the rail or a double.
Right, okay. So, right, long yellow, open up the day. Right, okay. So we are playing on a Sam Atlantic, Sam Leisure Atlantic table today. New rails, new cloth. Probably a little bit unfamiliar to Jaden at this point, so we'll give him a little bit of leeway. So how are we seeing this? Are we playing 2 cushions to move the 8, or we're leaving it, or coming across, or moving one
I
out?
think there's a bit of trouble there if I play that first shot.
Would you be tempted to play this one here and kick this out over?
Yeah, I was thinking, or even if I miss it, I'm coming back over here for this round.
Okay, no worries. Off we go.
Should we? Yeah.
Beautiful. The thing with this situation as well is, like you said, there's nothing to enjoy about reds, even if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So, at this stage now, are you actually looking to now develop the 8 ball, or may you even dare drop into here and just dink behind it?
Yeah, I think this one to play this, and even as long as I move that, I've all got that or that for round.
Oh, okay. It's interesting how we see this then, because I think I've got OCD. So my theory would be 1, 2 into here, pot to here, to pot to dink to here. But that might be deemed to be, like I said, a little bit OCD, where maybe I'm overplaying it.
A bit cute.
Maybe a bit too precise. You're basically saying, well, I'm going to come into here, pot that, and then move the 8.
To be fair, my route's probably a bit bad because if I hit this one in the face and land a bit bridging.
Well, I didn't want to say it, but confidence of youth and all that. I'll let you. I won't talk it off any longer. So I'll let you crack on. Right. Okay. So you're now going to move this 8 ball. Just for the viewers at home, are you trying to get maybe more of a little edge of the 8 and full of the red so you don't get hampered, or you just going, look, I'm just going to hit it?
I'm trying to hit this off ball if I can.
Yeah, yeah.
So then that red comes towards cushion, so I've got full cue then.
Right, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I like that. I would have actually played that, to be quite honest with you, because I think you're definitely not hampered then. Okay.
You've always, yeah, I know. You've always got the shot for it there, haven't you?
How's this, lad? Straight off the street, straight into the room. Don't give a monkeys. And I think he's out. Wonderful. Hey, that's how it's done, eh? You happy with that? So, just going off that, obviously you're playing quite a lot. You're in stroke. You look really confident. You look like you really fancied them. You know, that kind of like exuberance and confidence of youth and everything. So how many hours are you putting in at the moment?
Well, before this month, obviously I've come down a bit cold, so I haven't played much, but when I'm playing every day, I'm probably playing 3-4 hours a day.
Right, okay. And what type of practice? Like really like kind of intense, or just getting your arm going, just kind of...
Intense, like match play kind of thing.
Okay. So in that situation, are you like, you know, are you covering the pocket when you're supposed to? Are you playing a snooker when you're supposed to? So you really like... I know when I played a lot, when I was your age, I never used to like to play for fun. If I was playing, I was going to play because I wanted to play properly. And people used to say when I was playing, oh, you're taking this a bit serious. Oh, we're playing snookers. I'm like, well, yeah, because I'm practicing what I'm practicing. Yeah, because I think what a lot of people don't understand with that is you're trying to get the shots ingrained in your mind. So it's like automatically the shot jumps out at you like, I've got to cover the pocket here. I should be playing the snooker here. I should be playing da-da-da-da-da. And I think if you mess around in practice too much, the shot doesn't come automatic to you because you're not doing it, there's not enough repetition.
It comes a bit of a guess, I think, then.
Yeah, I agree. I'll let you have another whack. Winner stays on or winner breaks.
It's very nice.
Might be standing here for a while. So. Lovely. Not even the dodgy rack helped me there. So, right, no big mystery here then, Jaden. I wouldn't have thought.
Bit of guessing to do now.
Do you go? Are you looking at going top of the table first here, or are you looking bottom of the table?
I'd probably be going bottom table first.
Okay. So would you play this one first? Would you?
Yeah, I think I'll be. Okay, I might be going top actually. I was thinking this one to play this to fall for the gap, skim that, then I'll be on this, but then.
Okay.
I think we're playing this.
Would you not have any interest in this at all, just for the viewers? Would you not have any interest in kind of chipping that into middle of the table, then the two, and then that one?
Middle, yeah.
Would that?
I did think that first, to be fair.
Because I think these two go together.
That's a pair, yeah.
But I don't think they necessarily go together now. So I'm looking maybe, would you go 1, 2, 3, 4, sort of 5,
then
or would you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I would be.
I like this one actually.
I'd be so tempted to play that first, and probably get somewhere near where you are now.
Yeah, as long as I beat the gap, really, isn't it?
I mean, you could even play one, and like you said, if you was that far enough up where you got, I don't know. I'll leave you with it, but
yeah, I like this route. Oh my God, you got to put the ball there.
I knew it. See, I told you. I told you I'd talk him off eventually. So I'm now coming to the table. Now, being that little bit old school and whatever else, my first thought is, how can obviously I slow this youngster down without kind of going at it? So I did look and think, would this sort of go in off the red? That's a possibility. Do I sort of play that? Do I have a little bit of a dip? But if I was in a match situation and I was playing against you, I'd be thinking to myself, I want to try to knock your confidence of not being kind of not carefree as such, but like if I attack here now and I don't get them, then you're going to run away with it, right? If we're playing first to 5 or 6, right, would be my thinking. So if I go, I've got to get them. But also as well, what I don't want to do is I don't want to just get them because you're like, well, so what? I want you to miss a couple. I want to try and get you into, I want to try and get it into a situation where you start doubting yourself. So if I go in here and I clear these balls, that's nothing that you didn't already know.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to get you to doubt yourself as opposed to, do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking, what could I play here? I could play the yellow onto the red and come into this area. I do leave you the double. I could play the ball into corner and screw into the black and have a dip. But do I really want to be having a dip? Not really. Now, whether that's because I'm a little bit old school, whether it's because maybe not as sharp as you once was, but you're trying to play, you're trying to be in the game. Do you know what I mean? You're trying to do something. So I thought, could I bump this over? I can bump it over, but I've got to be very, very careful. One, that I definitely get the cover. And two, I sort of don't leave you the double back. You know what I mean? So what I'd be looking at here is trying to cover that pocket, but it's very sort of dangerous. I'm still looking at this situation and pulling it down to here. I do leave you the double, but you're not guaranteed to get it. What I don't want to do, like I said, I don't want to just go in like a bull in a china shop and start thrashing balls around. What would you do here? You'd probably say to me, I'd be having a go, I suppose, wouldn't you? Because you're confident. Rightly so.
My first thought was playing the yellow off the red and dipping me back here, to be honest. That was my first shot.
My only concern with that is...
But you do leave half a chance.
I do leave you the double. Now, it's the lesser of the two evils here, isn't it? It's like, do I leave you the double? I could play that and screw into see what I get, but I don't see that.
I don't mind playing the yellow into the red and just trying to knock the red so it's not potable. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Nudging it.
I'll tell you what I'm going to play. I'm going to try and play this.
Let me hang myself.
Well, I mean, what I wanted to be careful of, if I get it right over the pocket, you can just double that back over and take the bag. Yeah. You haven't quite got that option now. I've done enough so that doesn't go. So that little bit of match play, a little bit of kind of...
Oh, Mick.
Have I left the gap?
Ooh.
You look like you fancy I might have. I don't think I have.
Do you think?
No.
No, I think you're talking out of that.
I might go on then.
So if that does squeeze, I might be able to leave a big bag for double as well. Unless I can
right,
get
go on then.
with it.
So I'm trying to play a little bit cagey against the young hot shot here. It might roll off over there as well. So this could be beautiful. I might get a little turn here.
Might have to be yellows then, now you said that.
Oh, is it still open? Oh no, he's got to go reds. Oh, is it still open?
Yeah.
What did you do first shot? Oh, of course it is, yeah.
First red, didn't
I'll go reds. I played that yellow thinking I was yellows.
I did think that.
Yeah. Did it? Yeah, I thought it might. Yeah, so we've tweaked the rules a little bit there because I thought I was yellows. So, right, after a little bit of manipulation and me making my own rules up, I've got myself into an half decent situation here now. So, right, I'm tempted in playing this ball here, coming round the back of your ball and seeing what goes on. Try and avoid your ball. Yeah, I thought there was some good things that could happen there. Now, do I don't I? Now I'm probably, Jaden, I think you'd have a dip here, because I think you'd be playing. Would you be playing that planting off that ball after playing this?
I did look at that just.
So, but because I'm an old timer and I'm an old man, I'm going to play this and kill your ball. That's where I'm at, because I'm getting on now. I'm 45 next month. Yeah, sometimes you got it. Now I've got a situation. Do I double the ball over and really sort of get you kind of locked in? Or do I play the ball in the middle to get the split?
Try skim.
Get more of the yellow than the red, push that into play, and then I've got this to bring this into play. So for the viewers at home, you're going to go, he should be attacking here. And you're probably right. But I'm a little bit too old to attack. So,
Oh, you could pot it anyway.
you know what I mean? Even when you don't want to get them, they're going. Right, now, I might be forced to have a go now. Do you play the one over the hole? Hit the 8. You got the one in the centre. Am I over egging this? Am I over? See, the thing here is, I think the best way for you to win this frame is for me to have a go.
Going suicide.
I think the best way for me to win the frame is not necessarily. I mean, again, I could play this up to here. That would be quite interesting. Ah,
It's a big turn though if you miss it.
yeah, it could be a big turning point. I mean, you could. The thing is, if I play this and hit this and I don't get what I want, like I said, that's the best chance of you winning.
Yeah.
I could play that up and down, you know, and bring the cue ball here. What would that offer you? It'd offer you the turn. I'm gonna say that because I want to see what you play next. So ultra cagey would be to bring that into play.
And he's got me by the camera.
And I've got you up against the camera.
Clever.
What would you if you're in a match situation there, would you be happy that somebody's played that shot against you? Or would you think they've played a decent one there?
It's a good shot, but you gave me 3 goes to get my bad ball out here.
Right, okay. All right. So just for those of you at home, I'm obviously the older campaigner here, so I'm the fudger, trying to almost kind of
I like that one.
trying to outfox the youngster here.
It's off the roll, Mick.
Is it? He's up against the camera. That's beautiful.
Oh gosh.
That's it. Oh. Well, that turned out better than. Right. Okay.
I thought get the bad ball off, get a good one.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a bit cagey either way, but
The one next to the black, the 8 ball does go if I'm not careful. Now, I've got to be very careful here. So when I drew that ball up and down, I never really thought about that. Maybe that's poor, or maybe it was a bit more advanced. I don't know. So a couple of options here. I can play the one in the open play, round the back of the 8 in the red, and try and pot the one over the hole. A little bit dangerous. I can play the yellow, maybe come off the rail and just try and tickle the 8 ball so your red doesn't go. I don't know how much I'll lose there. I don't really need to mess with this because that's tricky anyway. Yeah, right, okay. Let's see what we got here. So I'm going to play that and just
I like that shot.
tickle. Oh, did it rock back?
Back.
Ah, it rocked back. But I've asked the question.
Does your table roll up?
I haven't got a clue. You're the first person ever to play on it. That's the truth.
Well, let's play more with D steady shot here.
So so you got a big money match coming up anyway, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's Tom Jones who plays on the Pro Series on the Ultimate Pool.
You're right.
At Liverpool, is it?
Yeah, McNamara's.
Okay. I'll be quiet while I play this shot. I don't want to be accused of sharking by the pool police.
Oh, boys.
Well, was that me? Was that the table or you?
Yeah, table.
Go on then, I'll let you go.
What about?
Let you go again.
Well, you put it if you like.
Where was it?
You don't put it somewhere, I think.
We'll let him have another go because I did go yellow when it was open table.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I might have to go. It's free go now, eh?
So how many frames you playing, Tom?
Race to 30.
Okay.
It's a long
Race
one.
to 30.
Actually,
I don't know if are we under any obligations not to mention money or anything on here, or how does it work with YouTube? I think you're good. So is it? Nice shot. So it's a 50,000.
minimum, yeah.
Minimum 50,000. Right. Very nice. So nice shot. I think that was better than your first choice of shot anyway, to be honest. Now,
I was in two minds earlier.
yeah, you've almost got me crashing here,
Yeah, trying to force it for a bit.
but not crashing like a complete loon. So I think I can play, rather than playing this to try and sort of screw the red out the way, that's not my type of shot as a player, really. If I was going to play that, I'd be playing a deep screw cushion first, because then I could hit the yellow and hit the red and screw off the red if I was going to play that shot. If I'm really forced to have a dip here, which I'm not, I don't think I'm absolutely forced, but I'd be tempted to play it off this ball. Because if I can get something good going on here, this yellow has every chance of got something going good here.
Yeah, that's right.
So if I'm going to have a little crack here, and you have got me cracking, this is what I'm going to play. So I'm going to play like a kind of, but I don't want to thump it either, because if I thump it, what's going to happen is if I thump this yellow, it's going to hit the red and bounce off the red. It's going to stun off the red. I almost want it to go through the red a little bit and then across. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to try and pop it and play it with some control, so that obviously I'll get a decent cue ball as well.
Oh, I can't have so much better than that, Mick.
I might just take that, mate. I might just take that. Now,
You done me with the black?
for the viewers at home, do you like that? Did I play it? Comment down below. Is that what I even intended? Do you know what I tried to play? Ah, top secret. So, Jaden, what do we play? Do we pop the one over the hole, pop the yellow, stun into the 8 ball?
Wait, what's that again, sorry?
Do we pop this one, come here, then play a nice little stunny one with control? Do we try and force this one now, punch into the 8, but if you hit it wrong, you kind of get nothing? How do you see this situation?
It's a bit tricky, to be fair.
Do you know, if I was really lucky, the 8 ball would have gone. I was just semi-lucky, you see. I think I've got to pop the one over the hole.
I think you've got to play that, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna play it with just a hint of right, just to bring it into play. I'd maybe wanted.
This has got to come out quite nice for you.
That's
though.
okay. Well, I would have liked to have had another half a turn, but what I'm going to do here is, rather than screw into this, I'm actually going to pop it into this, and I'm just going to get it out of there. I'm not really going to. So I'm just going to get the 8 ball out of there.
It's a free knock of it.
I'm just going to pop it though, not hit it silly. Do you know what I mean? Just sort of pop it out of there.
Nice.
Okay. So by a little bit of luck, by changing the rules to be yellows, and the fact of being an old man, we're about to go one each.
Nice time.
Very lucky. Right. Frame 3. Oh, that's about right.
Ooh.
That's about right. So, for those of you at home, was that a good break? A bad break? Unlucky? Lucky? What do you think? So, Jaden, is it reds or is it yellows?
To be honest, both are quite nice.
So, again, for those at home, obviously, that are looking at the front, would you go reds or would you go yellows?
Options. I like the yellows, you know, Mick.
Yeah. Can you, for those at home, can you tell them why you decided between the two?
Well, they're both good, but I think this yellow, this is the main one. If you can get on the rail, it opens the whole table then.
Yeah.
Then you're straight on your bad too, which
Yeah.
is not really bad.
Well, the reason I slightly prefer reds over the yellows, to be honest, is it's the same principle on the yellow and the red, but the yellow off these two is obviously far more controlled than this off the 8 ball because you're not quite sure what this is. It's probably going to be okay, but because you've probably got a little bit of OCD syndrome early, like what I've got, you know, maybe watching
I think the first shot's key though. The shellac, you've got to land quite nice, or you need to land short, or you could play for the plant, but you don't really want to be playing for that.
You don't? No, not really.
But if I can get it and just snip
Would
it
you
out
be looking to play short here and chip twice across, or would you be looking to play long and then screw out?
What's that, sorry?
So you're going to play this one.
Yeah.
Are you going to play here, or are you going to play here?
I think I'll be playing short.
You're going to play short. Okay.
Although, yeah, I think I'm playing short.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well, you're a hair too far, but you're playing it with right hand spin anyway, which helps you.
But I don't think I might have to play cushion there.
Well, you've got to be a little bit careful that the
this
red doesn't
red,
come back in front, haven't you? But I think you'll be okay. I don't think there's too much danger. Yeah, nicely played.
Bit short.
Yeah, if anything, you played it a little bit too well.
Too good, yeah.
But no dramas really. Now, in this instance here, are you going to play 1, 2 and across?
I quite like coming here, to be honest.
Well, I got to be honest with you. For all the Team China, I'm playing there.
That's what I think. If I land down perfect. If not, I can play this. Come straight to the rail.
Well, I think that's where you want to be quite honest.
Yeah.
So I think here, I'd probably play for that. Yeah. Yeah. Right, now you've landed in such a place here where you've got choices, haven't you?
Yeah.
Now, I think most players would play that to there.
I think that's the right ball.
I think that's the ball.
Yeah.
I think that's the ball, and I wouldn't even be fussed about just trying to just trickle it.
Yeah.
Because if you trickle it,
As long as you pot it.
you can miss. Yeah, as long as you pot it.
In this one, you got to be cute. You need to be the right angle as well.
Yeah, and if you, I think that's the ball. I agree with you.
I think that's.
I think you just pot the ball, don't you?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah. Couldn't agree with you more.
Just don't want to flip this black safe.
Well, how are you going to play this, Jaden?
Just as thin as I can off the red.
I'd play it the other way, mate.
What, as in off the black?
I'd play it off the rail, so you can bring the cue ball out.
Yeah, that ain't a bad shot actually.
Well, you bring the cue ball out and you give yourself a choice of 2 balls, don't you?
And to be honest, I am stuck on the rail if I play it.
Yeah, and you don't know, you could land awkward. I think if you played slightly into the rail, you want
to wait for here, really.
Yeah, because you can't really miss it, can you?
What should miss it now?
No, you'll be all right, mate. Oh, you got that ultra fat though.
I'm fine here. Anywhere here.
Well,
it'd be nice. Off the rail.
Yeah, you'd been even finer though if you were there instead.
Oh yeah. Or I can. I'm not punching off.
Are you just okay? Would you be playing this for the reviews at home? Would you be playing this with just a trace of left, or is he playing ball?
Left.
Just play with just a trace, just to make sure.
Yeah, just.
Would you?
Yeah. Oh no, playing ball.
Is it okay?
Oh wow, no.
See,
That's so careless though.
Well, yeah, because if you play with the trace of left, you can come all the way up here.
Even if yeah. Oh my god.
Experience.
That is right.
I think you're on it though, aren't you?
Not to the top.
No?
Unless I play a trace
hold on.
aside.
Hold on.
I think I can kamikaze it. Oh, I don't know.
Is he milking it? He's going to get down and pot this, isn't he? He's going to get down and pot it, isn't he?
Might have to be a trace of right, but I'll try it dead pace. I might have to play the chop.
You're going to play the middle. Hold on to your hats. Well,
it's not a good finisher, is it?
Well, what can we say? It was a very, very good pot, wasn't it?
Should never be there, though.
Yeah.
Roll, then.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good thing, though, because obviously I think where you're at, because obviously you're so confident because you're playing so well, you've got to find that balance between staying confident and not talking yourself out of it, but also not being so kind of carefree and confident that you don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because though, for somebody of your level now, it's those type of mistakes that hurt you because they really irritate you. Do you know what I mean? I always feel like the more knowledge that you've got, when you make a silly mistake, it hurts you more.
There's a nice layout to come out to.
Yeah. Whereas those guys that sometimes kind of maybe don't have the same amount of knowledge, the mistake, it doesn't hurt them as much because it's like a little bit like another day at the office. Do you know what I mean? So, 2-1. You slightly come across those, didn't you?
It, yeah.
Slightly come across it.
Still a nice split, though.
So we've got the reds. Right. So from the perspective of reds here, well, I can see that one. I can play that one. I'm looking at do I come down to my work early, or am I looking at potentially coming into this area for these two at the end? I think the fact that I'm slightly kind of offside doesn't really help.
If the white was here, you'd be happy, wouldn't you? You can play that then.
Yeah. I mean, I can, if I cue it really nice and pot it nicely, I could probably just beat that ball. But yeah, I'm looking at. So what I'm essentially looking at here is how do I get which is my transition ball on the red to get from here into here the safest way. And in all honesty, that's the ball I would really like to leave, because I can just roll through that gap. Now, whether I then want to risk missing this by trying to get somewhere else, you know, I may just plot this, come into this area.
I thought that. Yeah.
Because what you can't do is on a shot like this, you can't take liberties trying to. Do you know what I mean? You can't afford to try and miss it. So, right, in your mind here, how do you see the transition down? Just to try and pick your brains a little bit.
I don't like coming down here. I think it would be.
I'll try and get that. Try and screw through the little soft one through the gap.
Yeah,
I suppose if you hit the yellow, you're okay,
yeah.
as long as you're not on the rail. When playing this one now, would you be playing onto that one next or this one? Or are you just going to play into the area and then take your choice?
To be honest, you could probably play this, come to here, and then probably getting beaten here. If you could leave angle to get onto the rail.
That's nice.
You can come through the gap, can't you?
Yeah, that's
High
right.
roller.
Yeah, that's right up my street, actually. Because I'm really kind of an advocate of that sort of pool, really. But
I think it's
you
a lot less.
You got to be in good nick though for that.
Well, that's your main ball now. You need to land on that right, don't you?
Yeah, let's play this off. Let's play this into the middle, off the top rail. Let's get first things first, eh? So.
Yeah, you know, so.
Right. Yeah. This is where the decision needs to be made here now. Really, the decision needs to be made.
The only problem
how I'm going to go about this?
You've got to be quite low to force a white in.
Well, you've got to get on the.
No good being here. You've got to punch.
No, you've got to get on the natural, ain't you?
Yeah.
You've got to get on the natural. That obviously gets you right through that hole. I think if you're feeling really, really good, that I really like that, because I think that's like what I consider proper pool. Do you know what I mean? I think that's like a proper shot. I think what I'm tempted to play I'm going to play this one in the centre. I don't think I'm going to play that. Not because I don't think I agree with you, but obviously I think you've got to be really on it. So I think I'm going to play this to there. I'm happy with that because I can screw off the back rail now. I think if I'm low enough here, I don't think I have to necessarily screw through the gap. I think I can dink just before the middle and just ease through the gap. I think I've got a choice here.
Yeah.
I think I can play. First and foremost, I've got to get into this.
Got to be low.
I've got to get into it half decent. Yeah. I mean, it's okay.
It's good enough, but
Well, yeah,
it's a bit punchy now.
I like it though because I'm so close to my work. I can feel the shot. So, what you don't want to do here. It is a little bit punchy. Yeah, now I've come around the table. It's a bit more punchy than what I thought it was. So how I would play this now is I'd try and play this. It's a fiddly. Well, there's two choices. Do you just play straight into that ball and you get what you're given? But if you land close to the rail, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you want to avoid that rail.
Do you try and screw through the gap? Do you try and screw through the gap but hair on hitting this one more than hitting this one, obviously?
Yeah.
Or do you try and play a little feely one to here, but risk getting into it too much and hitting the middle knuckle and getting nothing?
And if you come too short, you're beating here as well.
I don't think I'm going to be short, but I think if anything, what I could do is I could hit that knuckle.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Let me just see what the. I think I'm going to back myself to get up here. I have left myself a little bit punchy though. So how I would play this is I'd put my hand up the back of the cue and get really close to the ball so I can try and feel up the line. Yeah. I think I'd be. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's gone a bit.
Oh, that was as it was going there. I thought, how well have I hit that? Yeah. How well have I hit that? Is what I thought. I'll be honest with you, because how I like to play them is I feel like if you come at the back of the cue and get close and pop it, what I've done is I've eliminated getting too much backspin. So I can't hit that. I could have hit that. Do you know what I mean? Looking at it again, I wonder if I could have. Oh.
Got a bit of a shot.
Do you know what? That's landed about as worse as it possibly could have landed. So I've got to jack up. I've got to pop the one on the back rail and sort of jack up and dabby, not decelerate.
You've got a shot to play.
Oh, hold on to your hats, folks at home.
Played that well.
Oh, I've cued it. You want to have a look at this one? It's quite funny because people at home will be like, he's milked that. That was easy. How would you play that now?
I think you've just got to be playing to come low, haven't you?
Is that how you'd play that?
Or if you could, no, I don't like trying to skim the black there.
I'd be running into the black. I think I can play this in such a way.
So you reckon you're playing to the left?
Well, I think I can play it in such a way where. Do you know what? In actual fact, I can get into that enough where I can just come out anyway. I've been looking at it again. But I want to play it this way. If I didn't have that, I'd play like a little pop into the 8. So I'm popping through the 8, but then as I'm coming through the 8, I'm going off the edge of the 8. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I thought with a flick, as in trying to screw off it, but I thought that's risky, man.
Yeah, well, it was more like it was a high white to get the cue ball to like jump back a touch, then go, so I catch that edge of it.
Nice takeout.
2-2. So I'll let you break the decider, seeing as you're the guest.
Oh, that's nice.
Guest breaks, isn't it? And then if he breaks and clears, I don't have to do anything. You don't have to see me choking deciders, obviously. So
might have to tap break you.
Are you going to tap? Oh, that'd be nice. We're going to have a little fudging break. So in terms of your practice, which club are you playing at now?
Packers in Blackheath.
Right, okay, Chris's place, yeah?
Yeah.
And
that's where I played Chilts.
Right, oh, okay, right, yeah. And current sponsors?
Modern Edge Recruitment. Which
Okay.
washes,
Lee and Chris, yeah.
Triple 20 Taxis, Universal Beers, Paco's Q's, and there's another one I think. DJW.
Is that many he's forgot? Look, I didn't have that many at his age.
Oh, it's like a loft conversion one.
Oh right, okay, nice.
DJW conversions. Or
That's when you know you're
something
doing
like
well, when you figure how many you've got. Right, now well.
that. Come across again.
Now then.
Dry, right? That's tricky for you.
Now, so let's have a little look. If I'm going to have a go, I'm going to go reds, because I'm going to drop into
I
here
like reds.
and I'm going to play that in off the yellow, and this goes in here.
Yeah.
If I'm having
you
a
can
go.
land to this though, can't
If
you?
I'm having a go.
Oh, okay.
Now, do I need to have a go? Do I need to have a go? Am I forced to have a go? Have you? Who's the pressure on here? Is the pressure on me or the youngster? I don't know. I've not quite figured this bit out yet. Right, I'm going to see what you've got. I know that you're very, very talented. You're good under pressure, and all these different things. But I'm going to play something a little bit outside of the box here. So I'm going to play the red into the top corner. And then what I'm going to play is this ball here to pot your ball and go, off you go. Now that was either clever or very, very stupid. We're going to find out.
Is it black ball?
It's international rules. Otherwise that would be ball in hand. Steve, the cameraman, you stay where you are, leave the playing to us. Now, Jaden, if this was a match situation, would you be thinking?
This is decider.
Would you have liked to see me have a go, or are you happy I played that?
Well, I'm at the table, so I'm happy you've played that.
But you might have been at the table with 7 against 1.
Yeah, but quite like cushion first, playing a big bag here. But then, as long as I can sit the yellow there or over, I might be back again.
What are you playing? Playing cushion first to sit's no good though, is he? Because I just play the turnover.
Well,
I think if you're playing that, I think you've got to play this to play off the red, so you open the pocket.
That's what it would be, yeah.
How would you play it?
I think I'd just be coming here playing it a tray to right. The white's natural is coming through.
Okay. You wouldn't
Skim that.
You wouldn't draw off this then into the rail with screw to dink it.
You could do. That was my first option. That's
Right.
a big problem.
So what we're discussing basically here is that off the cushion to hit the ball, off the red and in. We don't really want it to go clean in because we've still got that issue. If you're gonna, obviously, if that's what you want to try and do, I'm not going to talk you into anything. Do you like the safety shot, by the way? I liked it.
I liked it as well.
See, as you get a little bit older, you forget how to pot the balls, but you don't really forget the safeties, you see. But
That's come out well.
it's come out rather well. Good shot.
Killed 2 birds there.
Good shot. Good vision and good execution. Got a little bit of a Brucey bonus because we played it with screw. But we got the 8 ball as well. How are you seeing this?
I don't like crashing. I don't like crashing into that and hoping. So I might be playing on that for a double.
Oh, really?
Or if I can land right. Oh no, actually I've seen something.
What you saying?
I think if I can play this and get to here,
Yeah.
well, I can screw down to here, can't I?
You could screw down to there.
But again,
Can I tell you what I see here?
Go on.
The first thing I thought to myself was, how can we make this pattern where I pop this ball, screw into this red, and take it right out the equation?
Well, you got all the table to land with then, haven't
So
you?
the 8 ball is accessible from anywhere then. So I'd be tempted to play that and screw into that ball first and foremost, get it out of the way. Especially if you kicked it to the cushion, that would be a nice Brucey bonus. But when I was actually looking at the idea of playing this and screwing this, I was then going, but then where do I go from there? Because you could literally play and just play that one and come up here and it bump the ball like you said. You could play it into the middle and bump the ball.
Yeah.
You could literally play 1, 2 here and here, top, bump the ball, because like you said, you don't want to crash, you're not that type of player. You've got all those options, but for me it's like, can I implement playing this and drawing that red ball completely out the equation and then still achieve what I want to achieve? Because then it kind of like, when you land on this ball, you've all the world to land on the 8 ball, ain't you?
Yeah, I do like trying to get it. But pattern's quite awkward with that then, if I'm screwed to that.
Yes, that's what I mean. You can only play that if it doesn't compromise your pattern. If it compromises your pattern, then you've sort of got to do what you've got to do. But you'd think that was last, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'll let you
go.
go. Again, at home, how do you see it? How do you kind of, you know? I really, really think that's right. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I think right now it opens the old table for you.
Yeah, I think there had to be. Just out of interest, if you don't mind me asking, would you have played it?
I probably wouldn't have thought about it, to be honest.
Oh, I'll have that one then.
Right, so.
I'm stood here wondering, was my safety shot right, or will I rue to regret it? We'll see.
Right, okay.
Wow. Oh, you're going to play that way?
I think so.
Right. You've got to be so accurate here, haven't you?
But then...
But like you say, worst case scenario, I suppose you get a double.
I do like doubles, so I think even if I come low, then I've got that. Unless I can try to be cute and push it back to here. But then if I hit that... Oh no, I might be able to stun through it. Decisions, man.
Well, this is where you live and die by it, and it's like...
Oh, do you like this shot of trying to punch it up here?
Do you know what I don't like? I don't like trying to be just off straight in the middle. That would be the least of my choices. That's not to say that it's wrong. But obviously you've got to decide to yourself, like, kind of... Like, I think you're good enough to pop that ball and screw on that line of the red.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to...
But you can only play what you feel like you want to play. I mean, I don't dislike that, but...
That's not the... Oh, yeah, it is.
And now you're thinking, oh, should I have played? But I got to be honest with you. Well. There's no way would I have ever played to there. Whether it's right or wrong, I couldn't have played it, to be honest. I would have probably played your shot, but I probably may have tried to draw it onto the line as opposed to punching it.
More screw would have been perfect, wouldn't it?
Now here's a question then before you play this shot. Would you rather be reds or yellows?
Oh, reds 100%.
Oh, would you?
Yeah.
Well, that tells me you don't like it then. Will I get ready? Will I get ready to twitch? What are you going to play here?
Just seeing if I can beat this, if I can beat it. I might be able to play with side and kick into the yellow. But I don't want to kick into it too much. I don't know if I can beat that knuckle though. Ooh. It's tight, innit? You'd rather be reds here, wouldn't you, Mick?
Hey mate, after seeing how you play, But, hang on. Can I tell you something? And if he gets it, can we just have it a draw? Can we just call it a draw?
Go on.
We'll call it a draw. I think you should play that off the red.
I looked at that and
top the white through. Because that way, you get full reward for the shot. If you play the shot and execute it correctly, you get all the reward in the world for the shot. You could play your shot and play it really well and get absolutely nothing. Because
think I can beat that draw.
well, even if you play it well with running aside, though, you might kick it to there.
Yeah.
You've got to catch that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you get the reward.
It's got to be off the red.
I would be playing it off the red, to be quite honest.
Maybe, yeah.
But you know, when you're playing this off the red, work out in your mind exactly what you're trying to achieve, as opposed to just up there, because there's only so much you can do with it. There's only so much you can do with it, even playing it off the red. I don't think you can get up to that red, can you?
No.
I think you can only get to like here.
Yeah.
That's what I would play. I mean, it's your
So
choice.
I think if I'm playing it plain, I can get here.
I'd definitely be playing this off the red if it was me.
I think it was a bit more of a punchier shot.
Now the pressure's on. The pressure's on, but you're having a go here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Would there be under any circumstances where you wouldn't have a go?
Well.
And are you happy you played that off the ball, or do you feel like I talked you into it?
No, I think it was the right shot.
Yeah. Now, really, if you're playing properly all the time, you're supposed to play this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How would you go? I'd
like just rolling it in, leaving it off angle, and playing this and coming to you. Well, you've got a big area there, haven't you? Then that's your match ball, but then it's a bit more pressure because you miss it, you've left them. So I don't mind actually playing that first. But I think that's the right shot, landing. No.
I think if you play, I think that's the right shot. But I think for the viewers at home who aren't as maybe skilled as what we are, you could play that one, that one, that one, that one,
coming back up,
then that one, then that one, because you basically are having an half a free go, aren't you? To a point, but then again, if you miss that first shot, you can pop that and knock that out. So, I think if you're talking of a level of ability, I think maybe some people are maybe supposed to leave that as a bit of a safety net. Steve, your bog out. Steve's bang average, by the way, the cameraman. Steve, you'd play that one?
Yeah, all day long.
You're a County B, are you, Steve?
Yeah.
County B. Does anybody want to see Steve come from behind the camera and knock them in?
I would.
Well, obviously, he's so confident of playing that ball. Steve, are you prepared to give a £150 voucher if you miss them? No. Steve would clear them. Steve, would you like to come to the floor, please, and knock these in?
Not with that queue.
No? Oh, there's a queue issue now, is there? There's an issue with the queue. I'm going to go the way, I would go that way, 1, 2. But I'm going to go the way that I think that an amateur should go, Steve, like you. Oh!
Well, it's a bit tweaky, wasn't it?
Now.
That serves you right.
It does serve me right, because I shouldn't have done it. I should have played that one. So, Jaden, we are now going to play the yellow to play the cannon. Are we? Or are you going to play on the double?
I think I'm playing for the double.
Oh, we have a doubler. We have a doubler in our midst.
I don't like playing into this, because if I come in or out, that don't go anywhere.
I think if you play the cannon the way that the Reds are sat, I don't think you're guaranteed a shot. But I think if you play on the double, you are guaranteed a shot. However,
if you miss that,
there'd be no way in the world that I could play on the double.
Really?
No, because I can't help myself. But I think
I'm thinking if I can screw it, if I can get into it, I might be able to hit that red anyway. And even if I flick it and come out.
I think if you're saying to me that you're a good doubler of a ball, I think you should play on the double. Because it's framed, but you win if you get it. This way, you might not even get a shot at it. But because I'm a little bit old school, I probably would play.
I like the flick though.
I probably would play the cannon, to be honest.
I like the flick. I'm going for flick.
Or with my real OCD issues, I might even try and get on it. Does it go anywhere?
Oh my god, with your table it might roll through the gap.
Does it go?
You know what? I didn't even look. I thought it went in the middle.
It doesn't go.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on. Are you milkmanning me?
No.
No, it doesn't go. Now what?
Well, your table come right, it should go left.
Where's this going then?
Oh. I've got angles.
What about in the middle?
Yeah, that's what I just looked at.
Two cushions in the middle for the cheese.
That bag looks quite big as well.
So as an amateur player, maybe I played the right shot. I don't think so. Never. Oh! What an effort. What an effort.
Not good enough.
What do you play here?
Play the miscue.
I think you're supposed to have a go, aren't you? I think you're supposed to have a go, but...
Alright, okay.
Just for like...
Playing the hanging shot.
Just for fits and giggles, I would have had a go. I just want to keep him here a bit longer. So you're playing Tom up at McNamara's, £50,000.
Yeah.
25,000 each. And what rules are you playing?
BB, black ball rules.
Right, okay. And in a money match environment, would they be your chosen set of rules or?
Well, I prefer world rules.
Okay, and then black ball rules, and then from a money match point of view, I understand that. You got that little bit more kind of safety involved, haven't you? A bit more sort of. What we got here?
Well, don't want to roll it because I'll leave you straight on for a plant then.
I think the viewers at home are expecting you just to play this yellow onto the red. Is that what you would be expecting?
Well, in 2 months play that or pot it and screw up the table, but then if I wedge the yellow safe down there, then it's...
Wow.
I'm just trying to sneak another
There'll be
shot.
all sorts of caper going on here.
I don't like
Does
this
does the cameraman approve of the shot?
Come on, Steve, tell us the ways.
Steve, do you approve of the shot, or was I a bit negative?
For your shot,
Yeah.
I think you're taking it too far.
That's coming from the cameraman. Cameraman would have cleared them if he'd had his own cue.
Right, we're screwing up table. Well, that ain't bad, that's the result.
Well, I've got to be honest with you,
Oh,
Jake.
no, it's not.
I've got to be honest with you. I don't think I could have played that. Because I think on many a day, that yellow's more chance of going awful than what it's got of going good.
Oh,
and then you're sort of done, aren't
I
you?
was just trying to pinch another shot out of you, to be fair.
Well, you've done it. You said you've seen something. I reckon have you seen play this red rail first and kill the rail to the back rail?
Yeah, and you
yellow
can,
to the back rail.
Hide, can't you?
I don't know if I can
Wrong
hide.
side. I thought you had the white.
I like your thinking though. I like the way you think about the game. So for those viewers at home, bear in mind I got a lot more experience to Jaden. He's saying to me, hit the red here and kill the yellow dead, and basically you just bide your time until you want to pull the trigger. That is definitely a choice of shot. I don't think you play the snooker behind the 8 ball because you're leaving too many options to come cushion first, really. Unless I could get you far enough forward where you couldn't potty and you couldn't come cushion first. Yeah, we'll try your shot. See if I can butcher it. That's basic, sort of what you were saying, weren't it?
Yeah.
But I've maybe played it a hair. I played it a hair pacey. I tell you what, he's getting tense. He's getting serious. What we playing now?
Wow, do you play the flick? Or do you go cushion? There. Oh, there. But then you've only got half a ball to aim at them.
I'm going to have to let you decide.
I think I like the flick.
I have to let you decide.
Shall I get a re-rack out of you here?
Right, can I just stop you here then?
Yeah.
I'll let you play because that's what you were going to play.
Well, I was only lining it up.
I just can't see the shot that you're playing there. I can't see any future in it because the chances of you making it from that angle are slim. You're going to completely get outmoved, aren't you? If you put it over the hole, I'm going to hit this ball. You've got to try and win the game, I think. I tell you what, just if you was to play cushion first there to hit that ball, what do you think is the best case scenario you could get? You're not really going to pot it, are you?
What, if I'm coming flick?
Yeah.
Well, this is what I mean. I was thinking if I can flick it and just sit it, but then I forgot the rules then. I forgot you can play the loss of time.
Yeah,
You
but
could have
even
wedged
so,
them
even if
through
you couldn't now, I'd just come up here, don't I?
Oh yeah, you could have. I don't
think
think cushion's right shot because if you pot it, you're on the black.
well, playing that way, you can win. I think playing your way, you're delaying
Trying to get
the inevitable, to be quite honest with you. You never know, with some referees, you could just hit this 100 mile an hour, they wouldn't even see you.
Slid on there. No. Oh.
Right, so I get ball in hand now, don't I?
Ball in hand, yeah.
That's not terrible, is he?
Oh, is it a re-rack?
That's not terrible. Now, the rules state that you do have to make an attempt, don't they?
Yeah, that is right.
The rules do state that. But never mind that just for now. Let's just get you in here. Let's just give you a little gap to get through just for a minute. What we got? What we got besides a world of trouble here?
Yeah, I'm in a bit of bother.
Is Steve the referee? Is he for a fair attempt? Are we going to have a fair attempt here, guys, or is it?
I think it's the miscue shot here. Putting
The deliberate miscue and put the red safe. Yeah, I like that. I mean, all you can really do it by the letter of the law is just make it reach, can't you? Like just hit it hard so it reaches. I mean, you're never going to hit it. In all honesty. It's loss of frame, isn't it?
It's funny as I was trying to put the black side.
Oh, is that loss of frame? You're trying to put the black side. Yeah, you're learning. So this would be my shot now. Just put that down there for a rainy day. Because when I do develop the yellow and bash all the balls about, I want something sat there to sit on. Referee. Oh, referee. What on earth?
I've only helped you out though.
What's happening? Right, now, would you go here now? Would you play that ball in off that ball and go?
Yeah.
Would you?
Oh no, I don't know. I think I'll be playing red off black and getting the black out.
I'm going to leave you a re-rack though. You can't get at the ball.
Can I not get through that?
I don't think so, can you? I don't know. Can you? No?
Ah. Well, I've played a great shot there, haven't I?
Right. You gotta watch for these things.
Would you not just put white here and just roll on? You're moving the red out, aren't you?
You know what? You gotta have a go. You gotta have a go, ain't you? Ooh. Yeah, because I think I can just pop your yellow out. I mean, I think he's trying to talk me out of this, cameraman. I think he's trying to talk me out of it. Good though, I like it. I like the little sort of I do like the fact you tried to talk me out of that. I've got a lot of time for that stuff. What do you play here? You want to be on that one, don't you? How would you play this, Jaden?
More shots to the plant, yeah.
Is it you're playing the plant, are you?
Plant and screwing back here to you.
Yeah,
Then I'm
look.
playing that, then I'm playing plant coming out.
You little devil. Ain't he confident? You know what I'm playing here? I'm playing a two-way shot to try and get onto that red into the middle. If I'm on that red in the middle, I'm out. Ooh!
Quite good.
Well, obviously I was thinking if I get onto that ball into the middle, come here, I'm over-egging this, aren't I? Am I milking this?
Yeah,
Really bad?
really bad.
I don't know if I'm scared of stunning up off this ball in case I catch your ball. Does that make sense? What would you play, cameraman? Well, you can't play. You'd have to play the one out of the pocket now, wouldn't you? You can't really justify playing that, can you?
Ooh, okay.
You'd have to dink this. Oh no!
Yeah, you can punch it out.
What have I played there?
It's an error though, that is.
It is an error. I don't like doing errors like that. Yeah, you see. Do you know? I didn't like that though because I thought I could catch the yellow, but I think I've just about got away with it. What do you think?
Lucky.
Oh.
Blessed.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to be lucky than skillful. Well done, young man. Well played. I enjoyed that. So, moving on to the next segment of the program is we're going to do the Tough Table Challenge. So the Tough Table Challenge is going to be, as it is, a Tough Table Challenge. So only the elite players really, can contest what this is going to be. So we're going to do the Tough Table Challenge and let's see if Jaden can do it. So you see all the yellows are touching the rail, all the reds are on the outside, and the 8 balls in the middle. What Jaden's going to attempt to do, with ball in hand, is pocket all the red balls first, all the yellow balls second, without contacting any of the balls in the process, and potting the 8 ball last. So Jaden, welcome back to the channel. Do you fancy the job, and what would your strategy be?
Think middle first.
Okay.
Come to these, play these 2 out, middle.
Okay.
Put this as screw up. This, that, middle, this, and get onto this rail.
Okay, so you're obviously looking at taking the middle first and then working your way around from there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, without any further ado,
Thank
good
you.
luck, mate. All the best. Jaden Billingham, Tough Table Challenge.
Don't look nice, does it? 4-foot misser.
Good start. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Nice shot. So transition from the bottom to the top of the table. 6. Going well so far, mate. Seven. Played on the one in the centre, got hold of it a little bit too much. Will it change anything? Maybe not.
Bit snippy, that was right.
7. 8. Nine. 10. 11. Nice shot.
So bad.
11. Another go. Get 3 attempts.
Right, okay.
1. 2. 3. I think this is a better strategy this time. 4. Good shot. That's the way. 5.
I can't hit any other balls, can I?
No. 6. That'll do it. 7. 8. 9. 9. 1. 2. 3. 4. 4. The challenge today is straight pull on an English pool table. So we're going to leave one ball up, go into the cluster of balls, then clear all the balls, leave a ball up, use that ball to pocket to go into the cluster again. Continues until you miss. Now, obviously, this is so much more difficult than the traditional game of 14 to 1 on the reds and yellows smaller pool table. These are the American straight pool rules, where last ball up into the cluster, and obviously away you go. Now, we are offering a £150 Sam Leisure voucher, which you can use in the showroom, in the shop. You know, buy what you want, put it towards a cube, chalk, whatever you want, anything, accessories, tables, anything, for any player, or the first player, to achieve our 125 run of balls. We're going to be asking everybody that comes on the channel to have a go. Jaden, you're first up. Just before you start, what do you think? Do you fancy it? Is it tricky? Is it difficult? What do you think?
It's tricky. You'll have a few clusters, but I'll take this out.
Right, okay, so you get 2 attempts at this challenge because it is 125 balls. You do get a £150 voucher from Sam Leisure. So, without any further ado, all the best, Jaden. First attempt, the straight pool challenge.
Here we go. Oh, they've come out horrendous as well. Oh, no, they haven't. Okay. Black last or whenever?
Whenever you want.
What a skimming the red. Oh, kick. Back on when we're ready?
Yep.
Boys.
Oh, look, mate. Well, now we're really going to challenge the young star now. So he's going to take on the 2 cue ball challenge. Now, as some of you might have seen in a previous video, 1 attempt. Come on, it weren't that difficult. You know, the cameraman tries to trick you from now and again, but listen. So remember the rules. Break off with that cue ball. You then elect whatever set of balls that you want using this cue ball, and you alternate the cue balls each shot until you get to the end and hopefully clear the table. Jane, are you fully aware of the rules?
95%.
Okay, break the balls. Excellent. Right, so bear in mind where that cue ball has gone, which isn't amazing, I must say. You now use this cue ball behind the line to then select your colour of choice, bearing in mind that you're hitting that cue ball
After.
next. So, have a little think about the situation here.
Well, quite unfortunate, really.
It's not for everybody getting it first go, you know. I'll just reiterate that. You know, it's not for everybody.
This can go anywhere, can't it?
They can go anywhere behind the line. Cameraman, seeing as you come up with this, is coaching permitted? No? Okay, so Jaden's going to elect to play the red ball.
Oh, man. That touch is really bad.
Now, I do believe
I
he
can
tried to
save
leave
this.
the cue ball there.
Yeah.
Now, so you got to play a red ball. Now, bear in mind where the cue ball
I've got
is.
no idea. I've got no idea.
So that cue ball's no use to you.
So I'm going to have to move the cue ball out the way.
You
then.
could have to move. You could move the cue ball,
Some that's on middles.
but missing the red in the process.
Is not good.
Would you like another go?
Yeah. Okay.
I wonder, could we set a trend with the viewers at home, like the 6 red caught on with Ultimate Pool? Could we get the 2 cue ball challenge catching on? Who knows? Maybe that's the best way to decide a pro match. Instead of running around the table like lunatics when the time's run out, what about we bring another cue ball on and we do the 2 cue ball challenge to decide? Maybe I'll send Ultimate Pool an email. Jaden, would you like to have another go?
Yeah. Get away from it. Clusters.
Now,
Not bad.
not bad at all.
Not more than that.
You take this cue ball
Yeah.
and you select which way you want to go about your business. Oh, I think you've had. I think you've done all right here. I think you've done all right. Okay, so we're going to play the yellow ball. Now, the reason I think Jaden's playing the yellow balls, I don't know because I haven't asked him, is because he can pop the yellow and nudge the red away from the 8 ball next shot. Let's see if that's the game plan. Nice. Good choice, I feel. So it's red in the corner to just tickle the red ball away from the 8, I feel is going to be the shot here. Yeah,
This what now?
that's this white now.
Mid. Oh.
You're going to be playing the yellow in off the red at some point, but might not be yet.
No.
Wow.
It's a result.
This is not a result because you've got to hit the other white.
Yeah, I think that's a result still.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay. No, I don't think it is going to. I think you think it's going to be, but it's not.
Embarrassing.
Oh, it could be. No, I think you might be all right. You might be okay. If you can play the plant with a bit of control, you might have got away with that. You might be right. Oh, you lucky little, you lucky devil.
Right then.
You lucky devil. I think he's out, boss. I think the cameraman is out.
I've only got to put this in.
Pot it in, you've won.
Tweaked it.
Never, never. Oh, no. And for the viewers at home, pocket the ball. Pocket the 8 ball.
Oh yeah, I was thinking with my wire, I've got to get back down.
We had the
Oh,
roll
my
from
God.
heaven and we didn't get out. We didn't get out. You thought you had to play that and get...
Yeah.
Look, it's not for everyone. Just remember, the 2 cue ball challenge. Until the next time, ciao for now. So, once again, welcome back. We're going to do some run-through, run-outs. So, myself and Jaden, we're going to break, try and clear the table, talk you through our thoughts, alternate shots. And at home, stay tuned in, stay focused, think about like, what would you play, why would they play it? Obviously, listen to what we've got to say, what we're talking about, all these different things, see what you can pick up. So, so Jaden's going to break. Now, Jaden would normally pot a ball off every break, but because he's playing with me, I've cursed him not to make a ball. So we'll play the run through anyway. So let's see if we see things similar here, Jaden. So we're playing. We'll play as though we're playing ultimate pool rules. I mean, obviously people, because the difference between the two rules, obviously, is if we play ultimate pool rules, whatever we strike, we have to pot. If we're playing black ball rules, we have got the luxury of obviously hitting another ball and making the other ball. So we'll just stick to the ultimate pool rules for now.
I mean, one shot you could play, pump the red, get over here, and I could play cannon. Or we could leave it. Oh, nothing.
Okay, so as far as you're concerned, we're definitely playing the reds here, are we?
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Okay. Would you not suggest hit this half ball, bring it into play?
Can you hit it half ball? I thought you were coming straight past it. Oh, yeah, you can.
Well, I think there's a couple of options. I think I can play your shot, but then we've got this to deal with. I'm almost potentially looking to play that, bring that into play. We'd love to land on it. Because if we landed on it as well, it's great. Because when we play this one, we stop here. Then we play that one, run into here. This one, the 8. So I think there's... I like the
yellows, isn't there?
I think there's some value. It's just whether I can get the first shot right and not butcher it.
Yeah, go on. Have a go.
Would you go yellows? Or would you go reds?
Oh, I think yellows, and after that...
I mean, there is a certain degree of safety net on reds, isn't there? I mean, if I play your shot on reds and I could get over to the side rail, you could actually play that in off the ball and cannon it.
Yeah, that was my thing. But if you come short, then you've got to reroute it again.
Make a call, partner. Make a call. You want to go red or yellow?
Let's have a crack at red.
Okay.
Let's see how good your white ball is.
Yeah, nice. Oh. Not very good, by the looks of that.
I'll let you off.
That's okay, though. That's okay, because you can play... We run inside to hit it, and if you don't hit it, you can land there. Beautiful. Beautifully played. Nice little two-way shot, weren't it? Because if we landed there, we were still on it. But you played it very nice. I'm going to play another two-way shot here. So I'm going to play to land there, so you get to play that.
Yeah.
And if you don't get to play it, we've lost nothing anyway. Okay?
Sound.
That's how I'm seeing that. Now, we're absolutely lovely. I would suggest my cue ball isn't quite gone yet. So, how do we want to play this, mate? Do we want to play...
Yeah, just drop it in.
Just drop it in?
Yeah.
And then leave the cue ball here, would you?
Yeah.
To chip out, or would you go all the way down?
I'll be chipping out.
Okay, so well, I'm going to give you a choice of two ways. So if you play that, you can either get to the back rail.
What would you prefer, yeah?
I think you can play there.
Yeah.
If you want to. I would go all the way to the back rail, probably.
Would you?
I think so, because I think I'd probably prefer to chip out as opposed to glide out. Because glide out gets fiddly, doesn't it?
Oh, okay.
Whereas I think if you come all the way down and you chip out,
That's fine.
as my preference anyway.
Don't leave your bridge in there. Oh.
No, you're good. I would rather be chipping this out, in this instance, like this, as opposed to playing it out, because it gets fiddly, doesn't it?
Then I'll miss the black.
Not bad. Not bad at all, mate. Not bad. Away we go.
Jack Whelan. Bang.
Nice.
Bang, bang.
So, we've potted a red ball.
The yellow go.
You would think the yellows are the balls, would you?
Just that.
Does it go?
I don't think so.
Does it go? He says to himself. Well, if I was going to play... We've got to play the yellows, agreed? If I was going to play the yellows here, I'd be playing the plan first shot. And I'd like to play it in such a way where I don't sort of like leave the yellow over the pocket. I want to try and do something with it. Well, if it's over the pocket, it's doing nothing.
Yeah.
But if you can just bring it out, I mean, I'm not do I miss it, but like that serves a purpose now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to it being over the bag.
Perfect.
So, it's better there than there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now I'm looking at this and I'm going, I'd like to see you play that, come into here, and then I'm going to play that and take that out of there.
I can get you there. Bit too good.
Lost it a hair, but it's okay. So we've got a couple of choices here, haven't we? We've got, well, I can certainly pop the one down the rail, beat the yellow and hit the 8 ball, but we could end up on nothing. Like I can pop that and hit that, but could we be on nothing? Or am I sort of like,
It'd be nice
have I got battle scars?
Play it and wedge that. But
You would have to think if I
can't
come
hold
round
it
the back of that ball and hit the 8 ball, surely we're going to hit the red and be on something.
yeah, I'd imagine.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah?
Here's a crack at it.
You would think, wouldn't you? But stranger things have happened, you know. Nice. That's just what the doctor ordered, that one. Now, how would you play this, Jaden?
Screwing back to here.
Okay.
Yeah?
Well, yes and no, to be honest with you, mate. Because if that yellow goes into here, I'd be edging my bets of coming back and landing straight. If you land straight, you ain't got to worry about that. And if you don't, have you really lost anything? Or are you saying, well, hang on a minute, if we pop that and then pop out and then pop back in again? If I wasn't going to play on that one now, I'd rather be on this one here to then play that to there, to be honest. I don't... Are you saying like play that one, and then just come here?
But that was my...
You're probably right. I'm probably over-egging it because battle scars. But too many battle scars. Right. Now what?
Straight. Is it straight? Is it not?
Yeah. Just run through.
Yeah, roll it through.
Well,
Can't beat that road.
let's have a look. Well, you've just got to pot it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right. Let's hope something silly doesn't happen. Very nicely played, mate. Very nicely played.
Good.
I'm joined today by Jaden Billingham, under-18 world champion, numerous titles, European champion, teams champions, Challenger Series winner on the Ultimate Pool, recently turned professional on the Ultimate Pool as well. Welcome, Jaden.
Thank you.
And I just want to start, mate, really by just saying, like it's been really pleasing to see someone from our area, like finally kind of come on the scene, I think like the last kind of elite player was probably Neil Raybone. We've had some very good players, the likes of Hitton and Neil Britton and Dan, very, very good players.
Yeah.
But we've been really waiting for someone like to hit that pro ranks, and obviously we go back a long way to when me and Rob was practicing. We're talking like 1997, 98. You know what I mean? I was like your age. PJ's opened in Stourbridge, obviously where your dad used to go, and where I first met him and whatever else. And it's just been such a long time. So firstly, obviously, congrats for sort of coming on the scene and putting us back on the map again. It's been a long time. So that's really good to see. And obviously, your progress from being a youngster. And so very, very informal, really, the chat. But I'd like to start off by, obviously you played a lot of money matches when you was a youngster. And I mean, I certainly got messages like, oh, you know, what do I think of? I'm like, it's got nothing to do with me. Like, what are you asking me for? Like, oh, yeah, well, what's your opinion? Well, I ain't got one. Now, rightly or wrongly, I mean, who's to even decide? I can't help but think that those money matches now at a young age have enabled you to get to the level that you've got to in terms of when I chat to you, I don't really see a 17-stroke 18-year-old. I think your knowledge of the game and your temperament in terms of obviously playing those money matches sort of under pressure and things. So where do you feel like that sort of went, and where do you feel like it's put you now?
I do definitely think it's a bonus that I've started young. I know people have their opinions and it's one of them, but I feel like it's helped me progress as a player. And who knows, I think if I never played the money games that I have, would I have been able to handle pressure situations as good as I could, or that kind of background? I do think it's helped. Yeah, I do think it's helped me.
Yeah. And obviously, in terms of you had a really good win recently. I mean, you've won the junior titles. You're just about to come to 18 now.
Yeah.
April 5th. Yeah, I'm April the 7th. So you're at that stage where you're going to go into the senior ranks, and you know that obviously it is a big leap. I've been there myself, and you know the likes of Chris Mellon and Gareth Potts and people like that playing in the juniors and making the leap. But in terms of the tournament that you won recently, the Darlaston one, the £1,000 a player,
Yeah.
you've obviously beat some high-profile players in the game. Obviously, the player that you beat in the finals, the current WEPF world champion. And I couldn't help but think that all the money matches that you'd played sort of stood you in good stead in terms of, like, there was no fear of the players.
Yeah, that's where I do think it comes in. Like, I had, like, obviously when I played Kyle Cope in the quarters, I went something like 13-5 up flying, and then I went like 14-13 down, and everything just went scrappy. And I feel like if I never had that money game background where I've got the pressure and it's like a win shot frame or something, I think that comes in and helps me, because I've been in so many situations of pressure, and it's like it all builds up and it helps, don't it?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And then, of course, from there you played Callum Singleton,
Yeah.
who's obviously, you know, achieved good things in the game, and you know, like World Masters results and stuff like that. And then, as I said, like rounding in the final. And I know from a personal point of view, I remember thinking, you know, it was a really good it was a good win because, you know, particularly someone like Ronan, he's so gritty and determined, and he's very good over lots of frames because his shot selection's good. So I thought that was a really good win for you. So moving into that sort of next phase now, have you set to yourself any goals moving forward, either in the near future or indeed like further afield?
I haven't thought much about it, to be honest, really. I'm just, obviously my first season pro, I got numerous events on the tour. Just, if I can just hold my own, get wins on the main table, it puts me in good stead then, really.
Yeah.
Just helps my name out there, and, you know, if I have a good run and get the run on the ball, then I'll take one down.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I remember sort of when I was a youngster, I had a big help, a fellow called Paul Heath, who was a major help to me. And I know your dad's been a major influence. Me and Rob was actually talking the other day, and you know, take this how you will, or all the viewers, but I feel like you at your age was a better player than I was at your age. From as much from, I don't think there was a great deal naturally in it, but I think you've got more of a knowledge and understanding in the bigger matches than what I had at your age. Do you feel like that? Obviously, I know you started practicing with Rob a little bit. Do you feel like not only the money matches, but the social media or the influence of the likes of Rob or whatever has helped you get to where you need to be quicker, or?
Yeah, I do. Like it defo helps having like Rob and like, obviously Washy, all them like who's very knowledgeable, and so like, Luke Gilbert, he comes over for knocks, Cole Bedford and them lot, but like more aimed at Rob just for how good his head is, and when there's problem balls, he knows what he's doing. It's like once you like watching it and you adapt to it, it's like it adapts to your game, and it's something spare you have in your locker then if you.
Yeah, no,
if you need it.
absolutely. I mean, when I was your age, I kicked on kind of really between 18 and 19 was a big kick on for me, because I started playing with Rob a lot and practicing with Rob a lot, and obviously his knowledge of the game and stuff, and so I certainly, you know, feel like moving forward, the more that you can get him on the table, you know, the greater he's going to help you. He was a big help to me. In moving forward in terms of like, so I know when I was like maybe 18, 19, the guy I told you about, Paul, we used to have a little sit down and say, right, what's the goal for the season sort of thing. So he used to say to me, I want you to pick a player who you would like to see yourself higher in the rankings next season. So, for example, I don't know, let's say when I first joined the tour, me and Melin joined a similar time. So our friendly rivalry would be to try and outdo each other, or something along those lines. Do you feel like you've got a player, either your age group, or do you feel like you've got a player where you go, maybe it's a Cole, where you go, yeah, I want to get the better of him by the time this, or you're not really sort of too fussed with him?
I've never looked into it like that,
Okay.
so I wouldn't have anyone like that. I could think now and probably be like, yeah, I'd pick you, but without looking at the list, I wouldn't know.
I used to feel like it was a bit of a drive for me. I always used to feel a bit like, you know, I was quite fortunate that I hit the ground running early, particularly in 1999, the year I turned pro. And I got the first tour win against Pat Holtz, the first event of that season in '99, and I'd gone from the amateur and turned into the pros on the old tour as it was then. But I remember quite quickly, Paul had said to me, right, Darren Appleton's the number one player. He's the target. Right, how far are we away? How far do you think you're away, and whatever else? And I guess, you know, back then there were so many like great players that you could find yourself losing matches and never doing anything wrong. And I'm interested to know your outlook and viewpoint of it. Of not going to ask you, are you ready for that? But I think what people struggle with is, certainly people that I've spoke to a lot, is because they don't quite understand what the game's about. They don't understand that you don't have to do a lot wrong to get beat. So from a temperament point of view, which I think yours is very good, and from a point of view of like dealing with things that are going to come at you, I think you're really laid back and you seem to take it in your stride. Like, is that because do you feel like you're fully in control of what the game's about?
Yeah, so like obviously, as long as you don't get broke dished or reverse dished, if I'm at the table, you're in control, aren't you? So it's like, whatever you do, it's on you if you make the mistakes. But I've always thought, as long as I'm at the table, then you're always going to be favourite for a frame, regardless what the set out or layout is.
Yeah.
You can change something, can't you?
It's in your hands to a point, yeah.
I feel like you've always got that control if you're at the table. Obviously, you can't do anything about dishes or whatever. Like, I've got a good head usually. I could be 3, 4, 5-0 down, and it won't bother me if I've not had chances at the table.
Yeah.
Because I'm very confident when I play. So like, if I'm at the table and I've got a ball, 10 times out of 10, I'll back myself to get it.
Yeah. No, I can see the confidence, and I can see that, like, kind of where, you know, obviously we're doing a bits of filming with you today. When I look at the current crop of players, and I look at where you are, not that I'm fully aware of what the junior division is. I'd be lying if I said that but I don't see a group of you at this stage that's going to come on the scene and really cause a storm. I see yourself, you might... Is there anybody else that you feel like is going to come and sort of like, almost like tag along with you a little bit to kind of knock the big boys about, or?
From what I've seen, there is a lot of... The juniors have been, I think this year or like 2-3 years ago, is like the best juniors I've seen, as in like come through. You've had a couple age out like Kieran Mallan. He was a good junior player. I won the doubles awards with him. You got little Teddy, Liam White's son. He was only...
Yeah.
I don't know how old he is, to be honest, but he's coming on. He had his dish on TV. He got a lot of exposure off it.
Yeah.
He's a cause. You got James Goldsmith from Kent.
Right, okay.
He just recently beat me in the Euros 6-5.
Okay.
He's a good player that's coming through quick.
Yeah.
You got little Justin Matthews.
Yeah, local lad again, Probably about 2 minutes walk from here.
He practices enough. He could turn out really good if he keeps on the practice.
Yeah.
But I do think it's come out as good as it could have been.
The reason I say that is because I've sort of gone on record with it, and you know, some people don't like what you say, some people whatever. It's your channel and you do what you do. I genuinely feel like somebody like Tom at this stage, he's just completely having his own way. Like I look and I think, you know, and that's not to say Tom's not a great player, because he is. I've never suggested any otherwise. But I look at that Ultimate Pool Tour and I think there's a gap. There's a gap there. Somebody like yourself to really come on and go, look, I get that this guy is exceptionally good. And I'm not just saying that there's not other players that are good. I'm not saying that they're not very good. That's not what I'm getting at. But I'm not seeing that 4 or 5 block of players that I saw 20 years ago that are going to play 20 tournaments and they're all going to win 4 or 5 each. I don't see... I either see Tom winning loads of tournaments, and I see Stevie or Craig or maybe whoever it is. You know, I always miss names because I don't obviously follow it that much in the rankings. And they might win one here or there, and then Tom's going to win his blast again, and then he's going to win one. I really see somebody like, not to put pressure on you, but I genuinely see somebody like yourself who could literally come on and go, well, okay, I appreciate where Tom's at, and I appreciate what he's doing, and I appreciate his level. But as for the bigger picture, I'm really entitled to believe that I'm right in the thick of this. If I was you, I would think that. I mean, I know, and I don't want you to in any way feel it, you know, like you don't want to talk like arrogant, because I'm asking you the question. Like, do you feel like you look at it and you go, there is a real opening here where I could really do some damage?
Yeah, so like, Cousins has dominated the last, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 seasons, you'd say, yeah.
2 seasons. Yeah. He's dominated, God knows how many events he's took down. You had like, Dempsey had a little phase, didn't he, where he was making a lot of semis and finals.
Yeah, good player.
But then I feel like, since you got Cousins and Dempsey, I feel like Waddingham's your next step, where he was taking and running deep. But then I feel like, eliminate them 3 players out of it, I think everyone could win an event. That's how open the standard is.
Deck's pretty consistent.
Brennan, sorry, I forgot about
Deck's
him.
pretty consistent. Without winning, he's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
That's not to say that he doesn't win, but he's pretty consistent. But yeah, no, I certainly look at that and I think to myself, if I was your age again, and I'd be thinking, right, I can really get my teeth stuck into this, because, and what I will say is as well, and certainly no criticism, but you can win all them tours you like, but in all honesty, it's World Championships that you judge on. And I'm not just saying that because of, but the bottom line is that, you know, I've been there and done it. I've dominated the tours, gone to the World Championships, got beat first round, dominated the year after, won 3 UK tours in a row in 2002, turn up at the World Championship, get beat first round. Yeah. It's like, so as much as Tom could be deemed to be the kingpin, he's turning up at the World Championships and getting beat. And it doesn't matter what he'd tell you, like in terms of, I know there's a monetary thing, but at the end of the day, you will get judged on that at the end. Now, in terms of like the stature that you're going to be walking into, it's not going to take you that long, really, if you hit the ground running, to get onto the same, Adam Davis won one, great player. Phil Harrison's won one, great player. Tom's on two, or you like it's the barriers I think that you've got to climb to get there. I really feel there's like such an opportunity for you to do it. Obviously, and me and Rob would really like you to do it because we want to see somebody do it. You know what I mean? So, so I think from that point of view, I do think the opportunity is there for you. Just leading on from where you're playing, obviously the tournaments and stuff like that. When you play the money matches, do you feel like there's still loads of games out there for you before you get like? I know Tom a little bit. I don't profess to know him really well, but I think at this point, I'll be quite honest with you. I'm absolutely gobsmacked some of the people that have played you. I feel like. I just feel like you've like, I wouldn't say gone underneath the radar, but I'm amazed, and I don't want to obviously spoil your action, but I'm amazed at this point that it hasn't been the real, what I call, players that you've had to play. If I'm being brutal, so
no, I know what you mean.
I don't think there's a question. I don't feel necessarily there's a question in there to you for that, because I don't think it's necessary. But I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, I think to myself, well, yeah, these are like matches that I feel. And again, like you got the big match coming up, the 50,000 match. What obviously I know you've been playing with Rob a little bit. How do you like sort of like you remind me a little bit of me in a lot of ways, because I was up till all hours of the morning. Like I get up on an afternoon whenever I feel like it, or very much the pool players' lifestyle. You know what I mean? But when you play the money matches, do you do anything different, or do you just think, just whatever?
To be honest, when I played Greg Casey, I don't know if you know him, the Irish lad.
Yeah, I know Greg well, yeah.
I played, leading up to that game, I think we capped it at 10k a man to start with, and I think it was 2 months I'd lead into the game. And honestly, it was the best I've ever prepped for a money game. It's the best I felt walking into it. And like I was going to bed reasonably early, like getting up early, just like trying to last the day out. And I think we started at 2 o'clock, and I felt so good for it. And to be honest, like when I've played comps, like at the Ultimate Pool, I've had like Connor Treacy see me practicing late at night, and like Christy or Josh Kane or something, and I'll be like, oh, you should get to bed right on early. But I'd rather get to bed late because I just feel more comfortable. Like if I went to bed at 3 o'clock the night before I played Tom, which won't happen anyway, but like say a year or two ago, I still feel fresh as anything.
Yeah.
I feel more tired going to bed early than what I would like, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, because obviously you get into that sort of, and that's the interesting thing. And I think if I was going to compare myself and yourself in any way at this age, I feel like you've got more of an awareness of the off-table stuff. I feel like I really started to discover the real off-table stuff much later, because I know I'd like to think I understand it as well as anybody else understands it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of quite deep with it. But I think what's really interesting is that when I was your age, particularly using Rob as an example, people used to like show me how to play the game, but nobody ever really sort of made me see or understand the game, if that makes sense. Yeah. And I think I think the youngsters now, particularly you more than anybody who I talk to, you seem to have like elevated yourself in the off-table mindset stuff much quicker, much more mature-wise than what anybody really did in my day. Now, whether that's because the Ultimate Pool, whether it's because it's out there more, whether it's on the TV more, whether there's more exposure to that back then. I don't know. What's sort of your take? Do you pay much attention to that, or has it just come along?
Just come along, really. I think preparation's a big thing. Like, people would say, like, usually I'm like, wash you with block, or you're natural anyway, so it don't matter. But if I don't practice or sort myself right for the game, I'm useless, honestly.
Yeah.
I've got to have, like, keep my arm in, like, I need, not every day, obviously, I can go a couple of days without playing and be good. But it felt like if I had a week or two off, I'm useless. I can't play.
Yeah, I felt like I discovered it when I was about 29. So when Darren and Chris and Carl Boys and all the lads went to play American pool, I sort of begrudgingly went along with it. I was never, my heart was never in it. Even though I respect the players and how good they are, I was never really interested in it. It never done anything for me, to be honest, even though I know they're really good. But you'd go to a tournament and they were all really good, so you'd never take any notice of the draw. Effectively, it was very much, it doesn't matter who I'm against, just what time am I on, right? So you'd go to a tournament and there'd be Ralph Souquet and Oliver Altman and Earl Strickland and Ephraim Reyes and all these players. And it was never like, oh, I'm playing Ralph, oh, what a nightmare, the draw, because they were all really good. Now, with this game, when I was first introduced into this game, everybody used to talk about the draw. Everybody used to talk about who they've got and all these different things. And you see it all the time on Facebook and all the nonsense and everything else. And you think to yourself, with all due respect, you lot just don't get what's going on.
Yeah, I used to have that habit. I used to like go to events and be like, remember the one event, who did I draw now? I can't remember. But it's one of the events I drew like one of the big players on the amateurs. I think it might have been New Love. Oh no, it weren't New Love. Michael Hope. There was a lot.
Yeah, Michael Hope, yeah.
There was a lot of rave about him.
Yeah, I know
and
Michael Hope,
I
yeah.
was seeing the draw, and I messaged like a couple of people who's from away, and I was like, oh, I've got your boy. And to me, like, now I look at it and I don't even bother looking at the play. I'm just like, what time I've got to be there, and I'm there. I'll just see who I got when I'm there.
Yeah, because I think, like, I mean, we have it in China now, obviously the Chinese players, the standard's so high. But you're not even like, you don't look at the draw and go, oh, I've got so-and-so. You just go, okay, well, that's the draw. What time am I on? Turn up at the venue, get your cue out, and you go, well, let's give it a go.
Yeah.
And let's see where it gets me. Like, pot the balls, hit the brake, do what you can. And if I can get to 13 before they get to 13, well, so be it.
I used to have a big habit of, like, to say, I'll draw Cousins first round, say, for instance. I used to look who below to see who I'd play a winner of, and then the winner of the two matches under. And I'd usually, like, work out my draws, see how it is, and I used to doubt myself so much if I draw the big boy. It's like, I've got to play perfect pool. It adds that bit of pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm all right with it now. Like,
I mean, don't be wrong. I mean, nobody's suggesting the draw or yeah. I think it's more like when I look back at the Reds and Yellows now. And again, you know, a lot of people have always worked along with playing it. So it's a professional player that's a professional player of the criteria of that tour, effectively. But I think, like, when you look back now, and I think, what defines a professional? So I know I understand people say, oh, it's about, do you make the living out of it? Never mind that. What defines a professional is between the ears. It's the mentality that defines the professional. Yeah. Now, it might be preparation, it might be off the table, it might be whatever. Yeah, I get all that. But when I think of professional players, I think of Darren Appleton's a professional player. Gareth Potts is a professional player. Like, and that's not to say there's not but a professional as in it's here professionally. And there's some guys who I'm going to China with now, the likes of, like Jack and Jordan and Arthur, and a few of these guys, they're doing their utmost to obviously get there. You know, that's not to say, like, you know, some of them have, but they've discovered, like, oh, this is a professional player. a professional player isn't somebody running around a hotel with PRO next to their name. No, it's there, but it's there in your outlook, it's there in your preparation, it's there in your demeanour, it's there in how you talk, it's there in how you like. And again, when I look at someone like yourself, I just think that between the years, you've got so much more about you for your age than what the surroundings are. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, I suppose a little bit of an exception to the rule, but someone like Chris Mellin, who, like, he obviously is a professional because he's made a living for 25 years. He's obviously a great talent. He wouldn't always necessarily kind of prepare like a professional should. Neither do I, in some senses. You know, we've all got our errors as such. But again, he's a professional player. Mm. You know, you play Mosconi Cups, or you play like, you know, he'll play like a Feder Gorst at a 9-ball World Championships, and he hasn't played for 3 months, and he might get beat 11-8, 11-9, and you go, yeah, because he's a proper player. Do you know what I mean? And as I said, when I look at the tour now, and I look at like kind of all the players, I see very good players, but I'm still seeing players who I wouldn't necessarily be deemed as a professional player. So what I'd like to see you kick on, if I might say, and I hope you don't mind me saying, but almost like getting that professional, like, because obviously you where you are, and social media is a very big thing, right? So if I could give a little bit of advice, I think what you're doing with the game is spot on. I think what you're doing in terms of where you've put your mindset at such a young age. But I would like maybe go that extra step in trying to get the professional package a little bit earlier than I ever did, because I never got what I would consider the professional package till I was probably 30, where I didn't make the most of exhibitions, I didn't make the most of sponsorship, I didn't make the most of, certainly now, like if you look at YouTube, Facebook, all these different things, you know, and it's not for everybody, don't get me wrong, it's not for everybody, but there's such a big opportunity there now with the way the media has gone with the game. Yeah. That, like, you know, if we take Rob for example, Rob Chilton for example, well, ever since I've known Rob, he's worked. He's always worked. He's never really been the guy to do the exhibitions, but because he's always worked. Do you know what I mean? And obviously that's no criticism at all. Phil Harrison's always worked. Ever since I've known Phil Harrison playing pool, he's always had a job. Jason Twist used to have he used to do a job in between playing as well. So, you know, the likes of McCarthy's always had a job. Mark Farnsworth's always had a job. Boyle, people, they've always had jobs. Do you know what I mean? And I think you've maybe got an opportunity to almost like follow in some of the footsteps of the guys that I've said, but at such an earlier phase. Do you know what I mean? And I think for a lot of us, we tried to be that when we was in our late teens, but it wasn't quite there until we were older. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. What's your outlook on that? Is it something that you? I mean, nobody wants to go out working, do they, unless they really have to. So you're obviously trying to avoid the job as long as possible if you can. Yeah. Do you see yourself like wanting to kind of be a professional player as, I don't know, maybe myself or Gareth or Darren, or, you know, do you see that, or are you like, well, I don't know what I see?
I don't really know what I see yet. I've never like looked into it like that, but I don't really know how to word it. Obviously you've got a good background with like what you've done for like social media and stuff like that. Mm. I've just been collared, to be fair, by the Ultimate to start social medias and my Instagrams and stuff like that. So I've started it. I haven't really took much notice into it yet, because I don't really know what I'm doing with it all. But Who knows? It's
yeah,
something to work on, I think.
yeah, certainly something to work on. I mean, as I said, I mean, I didn't feel like I mean, obviously the Facebook didn't really start until I was mid to late 20s for a start. But like in terms of like, so like, you know, I feel like where pool's concerned, you can fall into the wrong traps because it is a little bit dog eat dog. Let's get it right. But for me, for an example, I don't gamble because that's the first one. No. If you ever want any advice from me, I don't mind having a beer, but I can take it or leave it. You know, but I did when, you know, I don't smoke. I don't particularly drink that much. I don't gamble. You know, I certainly don't do drugs, and I haven't got a mortgage. So they're the ones that I would say, like, try and get to that phase as quick as you can. Do you know what I mean? Because you know yourself, you're in a pool club or you're in a snooker club, and it's all gambling talk. It's all cards and fruit machines and such is 3-1, and you can't. Can you believe that 6-4 and all? And you listen to it and you go, what a load of old baloney. Like, who are you trying to kid? And every time you talk to them, they've never lost. They've always won, yet they're always skint. And it's just, it's a it's a vicious circle if you get into that mindset. Do you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even tell you the last time I had it, but honestly, it's been, I honestly don't know. It's been years and years and years and years and years. I'm not joking. Unless it's like a fiver each way on the Grand National with Chris or Washy or something for a bit of fun. Do you know what I mean? Because I've just got no interest in it. Because you're playing what you're playing, you're doing what you're doing. You need to focus on what you're doing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the game can drive you mad. So there's that. I mean, I remember when poker first started, Texas Hold'em poker. Oh, you'd be good at that poker. You're good at maths, aren't you? I'll be going, I don't want something else that's going to drive me mad. This drives me mad enough. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so yeah, so I mean, look, you know, you're doing everything right, and you're certainly like ticking all the boxes. You know, you seem like you got your head screwed on and whatever else. So yeah, no, brilliant. I'm just going to leave you with my target. I'm going to give you. So you're 18 next month.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the age of 20, well, we'll say 28.
Oh, okay.
Right, you've got to have 2 world titles.
Oh, okay.
So if you've got 2, if you come back to me and say, Mick, I've got 4 world titles, or you've got 5, I'll go, right, I'll get my cue back out then because I'm in danger now. But until that point, mate, all the best. It's been lovely having you here.
Cheers, mate.
And good luck with everything.